Hello, we are the Team 8 and this is our final project of Manam Tourist Management 2. According to the World Economic Forum, the income received by the international tourists in Mexico for the year 2018 was 21 billion 336 million dollars, which contribute to tourism industry to the gross domestic product (GDP) 8%. That same year offered employment saw 8.6% of the population occupying 4,568,000 jobs, which the following year's tourism in Mexico had an upward trend, remaining as a growing industry that was driving the rest of the economic activity. This is recognized by the Ministry of Tourism of Mexico. However, with the arrival of the pandemic, the world changed in every way, changing the growth trends in the tourism sector. By implementing public health strategies based on the confinement of people and the low mobility of the population, it led to the closure of business in tourism sector according to the World Tourism Barometer published in October 2020. International arrivals fell 81% in July and 79% in August, precisely the months that, that are usually the busiest of the year and coincide with the summer. It is obvious to mention that the recovery in Mexico began at the end of 2020. According to the quality indicators of tourism activity, the tourism GDP in the third quarter of 2020 registered an increase of 26 compared to the second quarter of 2020. This gives the task of putting ourselves in their shoes and giving certain hypothetical situation to see if this situation could have been improved for the good of tourists. 1. If I had been the Secretary of Tourism, Miguel Torruco Marquez, I would have proposed to close the borders so that the virus would not arrive and affect to entire Mexican community. I would have put a 40-day confinement decree for foreigners who came from different countries and continued to move forward with local tourism. 2. If I were the Secretary of Tourism, I would have implemented something to help the micro, medium, and high tourism companies so that they would not fall or thunder financially. 3. If I were the President of Mexican Republic, I would have put everyone in confinement and I would have made propaganda about the mortality of the virus and they should protect themselves from the virus.
Okay, the tourist activity is immersed in the most demanding context of its history. The mass tourist model key to the growth of the large part of the tourist destination must necessarily undertake or redefinitions for the future. So we are in the situations of making future recommendations so that tourists continues to grow, continues to strengthen and doesn't fall again in the future. So this will be I will also in the hotels the vaccination certificate apart from the PCR test, both for the customers and for the staff. The Secretary of Tourism in Mexico should create a plan or program to handle cases as this. Um, this plan should help all tourist companies. So the mandatory use of masks and the disinfections of the areas will be mandatory permanently for the users and for the staff. So To work in the tourist industries, you must have your table of necessary business. Uh, the tourist and hospitality industries, more than ever, should be attending to any situations, as they will not want to be with our customer for a long time. Um, that it will support with money the country that closed its borders when there is a new outbreak. The countries will lose less money giving a percentage than closing months. In the conclusions, for all these reasons, the COVID-19 crisis has transformed the concept of tourism with which the word is familiar. Although in the first place it's necessary to cover the devastating effects of the dispersing of tourist flows, it's essential to making the long-term perspective to face the challenge arising from this crisis. Is essential to plan a tourism interventions that takes sustainability has its driving axis betting on tourism that provides added value to the economy as a whole.